ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। नमः ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna, welcome all of you for today's session. I hope my voice is audible, all of you. So today we are going to discuss the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Chapter 11. The title of this chapter is The Transcendental Qualities of Rasur. And today we will be discussing from verse number 23 to 27. This is the last section of this chapter, and the title of this section is Vritrasur offers exemplary prayers to the Lord. Prayers. So from 23rd to 27th, there are 5 verses we have to discuss today. त्रैवर्गिकाया सविघातमस्मत् पतिर्विधत्ते पुरुषस्य शक्रः तत्तोऽनुमेयो भगवत्प्रसादो जो दुर्लभो किंचर गोचरन्यै। अहं हरे तव पादैकमूल दासानुदासो भवितास्मि भूयः। मनः स्मरेतास्तु पते गुणंस्ते गृणीत वाक्कर्म करोतु कायः। न नाकपृष्ठं न च पारमेष्ठ्यं न सार्वभौमं न रसाधिपत्यम् न योगसिद्धि अपुनर्भवं वा समञ्जसत्वा विरहैकाञ्चे। जातपक्षा इव मातरं खगा तन्यं यथा वत्सतरा क्षुधार्ता। प्रियं प्रियेव व्युषितं विषण्णा मनोरविन्दाक्ष दिदृक्षते त्वाम् ममोत्तमश्लोक जनेषु सख्यं संसारचक्रे भ्रमतः स्वकर्मभिः त्वन्माययात्मा मजदारगे स्वासक्तचित्त शननाथ भूया. We'll read the translation of the and purport. Translation. Our Lord, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, forbids his devotees to endeavor zealously for religion, economic development, and sense gratification. O Indra, one can thus infer how kind the Lord is. Such mercy is obtainable only by unalloyed devotees, not by persons who aspire for material gains. Purport. There are four objectives in human life, namely religiosity, dharma, economic development, artha, sense gratification, kama, and liberation, moksha, from the bondage of material existence. People generally aspire for religiosity, economic development, and sense gratification. But a devotee has no other desire to serve the Supreme Personality of Godhead both in this life and the next. The special mercy for the unalloyed devotee is that the Lord saves him from hard labor to achieve the results of religion, economic development, and sense gratification. Of course, if one wants such benefits, the Lord certainly awards them. Indra, for example, although a devotee, he was not much interested in release from the material bondage. Indeed, he desired sense gratification and a high standard of material happiness in the heavenly planets. Vritasur, however, being an unalloyed devotee, aspired only to serve Supreme Personality of Godhead. Therefore, the Lord arranged for him to go back to Godhead after his bodily bondage was destroyed by Indra. Vittasur requested Indra to release his thunderbolt against him as soon as possible so that both he and Indra would benefit according to the proportionate advancement in his devotional service. Yeah, so this is called win-win solution. Krishna is giving win-win solution. Although it appears win-lose, that Vittasur is losing the battle and Indra is winning, it appears, but actually it's win-win solution. So what is win for one person can be defeat for other person. And this verse is the prayer of Vittasur. Vittasur is so so exalted devotee, so much he has so much love for Krishna in his heart. The sign of love is that you don't want anything other than love. That is the sign of love. If there is any other demand, means it's not love. Everyone wants to become happy. And all the conditioned soul in this world, everyone, you know. Who is Vritrasur? Vritrasur story will begin after his death. After this chapter, there is one more chapter. That is chapter number 12. That explains the glorious Vritasura's glorious death. Vritasura will die, but his death will be glorious. That is next chapter. And after death, his story will begin actually. In chapter 13, Sukadeva Goswami will answer Maharaj Parikshit's question. Maharaj Parikshit is going to ask a question at the end after Vittasura's death. So Vittasura's death is Vittasura is very, very great devotee. Vritra plus Asur. Vritra plus Asur. These two words. So Vritrasura. Asur means demon. The Vritrasur body is of a demon, but his heart is of a pure devotee. Externally, Vritrasura appears like a demon, but internally, he is a devotee. While Indra externally looks like a devotee, demigod, but internally he is acting like a demon. Yeah. So external appearance has very little to do with advancement in Krishna consciousness. Nowadays, people externally they look so beautiful, but their heart is like demoniac. And we cannot attract Krishna. Doesn't matter how beautiful we look externally, unless our heart is pure. So Vritasura had a very, very deep love for Krishna. Very, very deep love. No other desire than to serve the Lord, to please Krishna. No other desire. And after he will be killed by Indra, then King Parikshit is very disturbed actually. When Indra is will kill Vittasur, and this story was narrated to King Parikshit by Sukadeva Goswami. Hearing this pastime of killing of Vritasur, King Parikshit is a little disturbed because the way he was killed, just imagine, just let's try to little meditate on the scene, how he was murdered by Indra. See, because a devotee is being murdered by another devotee. Vitasu is also a devotee, Indra is also a devotee. Both are devotees and both are fighting with each other. Very, very intense fight. Eh? And then both of them have love for Krishna. Both of them are devotee of Krishna, means maybe they must be having certain amount of attraction to Krishna. Indra, of course, is a demigod, king of demigod. He also have some devotion. He has so much knowledge, so much discipline. He is very expert in organizing the leadership quality, leadership abilities. Otherwise, how he can lead the demigods? We are not even able to lead the humans, and he is leading the demigods. So just imagine how much pious deeds he must have done to reach to that level. His character, his expertise, management, leadership qualities, wonderful. Hmm? So that is Indra. And at the same time, he is devotee. Of course, not pure devotee, but he is devotee. So when he was attacked by Vritasur and they were defeated, Vritasur defeated all the demigods single-handedly. Then all the demigods, hmm, they all went to Krishna, Supreme Lord Vishnu. Of course, there is no difference between Krishna and Vishnu in Tattva. And Lord, they offered prayers to Krishna. And then Krishna asked, I am very pleased by your prayers. You all demigods are my devotees. Please let me know how can I serve you, how can I help you, what I can give it to all of you. What blessing do you want? And this is one group of devotees they call demigods. What do they ask to Krishna? Can give us boon so that give us some clue, give us some secret, some strategy so that we can kill Vritrasur. And who is Vritrasur? A pure devotee of Krishna, lover of Krishna. And Krishna knows that Vritrasur loves me more than his life. And here another two group of devotees, they are going to Krishna telling, Krishna, give me boon so that, Vritrasur, who is your devotee, so that he should be killed. So one devotee is telling Krishna that how to kindly advise me, how can I kill another devotee? Can you understand the difficulty of Krishna? Two devotees fight. Both they want Krishna to support them. Hmm? And Krishna's situation is like that. That's why we should not fight. The message is that we should not fight. So certainly, so Krishna told, okay, demigods, you all want some formula, some tips to kill Vritasur. Okay, go to the Dhichi, says the Dhichi, and says the Dhichi had bone, he will get his bone, and from that bone you carve a Vajra, thunderbolt, and that Vajra will be given to Indra, and Indra will use that Vajra, that thunderbolt, in the fight with against Vritasur, and then Vritasur will be killed by that thunderbolt. So Krishna is telling how to kill his devotee. What kind of Krishna Lord he is? Someone may think. Just imagine you have someone who loves you, and then that fellow mixes with your enemy. That fellow, goes and meet with your enemy and teach them how to kill you. How will you feel? You will feel betrayed. You will feel cheated. You will feel, you know, deceived in love, isn't it? That I trusted Krishna, but Krishna is my enemy. he is siding with my enemies, demigods. I have so much love, I have so much trust on Krishna, but Krishna sided with my enemy and he is plotting to kill me. And will you still love Krishna? Hmm? It's very difficult. No? But Vritasura, you see, he's such a pure devotee. He understands Krishna's heart. Although Krishna is plotting, from Indra's point of view, Krishna is helping them to kill Vritasura, but actually Krishna is making Vritasura immortal. Krishna is going to award what Vritasura wants and also what Indra. Indra wants what? Heavenly sense gratification. So Krishna is giving Indra what he wants, and Vritasura doesn't want heavenly happiness. He wants what? He wants to go back to Godhead. Tadera charan sevi bhakta sanevas janame janame hoye abhilas. Vritasura just want the association of devotees. And in the association of devotee, he just want to glorify Krishna, to love Krishna, to serve Krishna. Day and night, just seeing the glories of Krishna. And just that's all. He doesn't want any opulence. He doesn't want any post, position. He doesn't want anything. He only wants love. So Krishna is what Vritasura wants. And Krishna is what Indra wants and what Vritasura wants. So Indra wants kingdom of heaven. So Krishna gave him kingdom of heaven. And Vritasura wants to go back to Godhead. He is not interested in worldly pleasures. So Krishna gave him kingdom of his own kingdom, spiritual world, God's kingdom. So both are winning. Vritasura is also winning. What he wants, he gets. Therefore, he is winning. And Indra is also winning. But from the material point of view, Vritasura is a loser. So the says Dadichi, for no reason he has to also die just to satisfy Indras, to give his bone, and demigods take the bone and make the thunderbolt and then they go fight and using that thunderbolt, Indra is cutting the throat, snake, cutting the throat of Vritasura. Just imagine, cutting the throat of, slitting the throat of a devotee. How painful it would be. But no. By blessing of Krishna, Vritasura entered into perfect samadhi. He did not feel even a single amount of pain. Krishna arranged in such a way. And he gave up his body, the body which is cause of bondage. This body is cause of bondage in this material world. And Krishna freed Vritasura from this bondage of body. And Vritasura went back to Godhead. So who received the more mercy? More mercy was received by Vritasura. Although externally, if you see, Indra becomes the king, Vritasura dies, but actually Vritasura goes back to Godhead. So more mercy is given to Vritasura. That's why Vritasura here says, in this verse, Vritasura says that our Lord forbids his devotee to endeavor religiously for dharma, artha, kama. Dharma, artha, kama, moksha. So he doesn't want, Krishna doesn't want his devotee to run after dharma, artha, kama, sense gratification. Because why? Yehi sanspar sajan bhogan dukha jo na evate adyant vant tu kaunte nate suramate buddha. Chapter 5, text number 22. Krishna explains to Arjun, ये ही संस्पर्श जान भोगान दुख जो न एव ते. The worldly pleasures are the source of suffering. Real devotion starts with this understanding that there is no happiness, there is no pleasure in the material sense gratification. In the material world, there is no pleasure. That's the basic qualification to begin practicing serious Krishna consciousness. If a devotee is practicing Krishna consciousness, at the same time he maintains the conception that there is some happiness, there is some pleasure in this material world, then he cannot practice serious Krishna consciousness, serious devotional service. Because he व्यवसाय आत्मिका बुद्धि एक कुरुनंदन बहुशाखाई अनंताश बुद्धयाय व्यवसायी नाम. Krishna says Bhagavad Gita, text number 40, 41. यामिमां पुष्पितां वाचं प्रवदन्ति अविपश्चित वेदवाद रता पार्थ नान्यद अस्ति इति वादिनः. That flowery offerings of Vedas. If you worship this demigod, you'll get this opportunity for sense gratification. If you do this yagya, you will get this opportunity for sense gratification. If you do this, if you worship this demigod, you will get this much sense gratification. This is all sense gratification. Yes. In Vedas also there are sense gratification. On the name of dharma. All the people perform dharma, but the whole final aim of performing such dharmic acts is just sense gratification. That's all. Dharma arthat then kama. कामात्मान स्वर्ग परा जन्म कर्म फल प्रदाम क्रिया विशेष बहुला भोग ऐश्वर्य गतिम प्रति भोग ऐश्वर्य प्रसक्ता नाम तया परिचेत व्यवसायत्मिका बुद्धि समाधौ न विधीयते. त्रैगुण्य विषया वेदा निस्त्रैगुण्य भवार्जुन निर्द्वंदो नित्य सत्वस्थो निर्योग क्षेम आत्मवान. These 3 verses of Bhagavad Gita, verse number 42, 43 and 44 and 45. 43, 44, 45. Second chapter. These 3 verses, Krishna explains to Arjuna that the attraction for worldly pleasure, bhoga and aishwarya, bhoga aishwarya prasakta nam, attachment to opulence and sense gratification. Sense gratification and opulence, bhoga and aishwarya. People perform so many religious acts, but ultimate purpose is to attain bhoga aishwarya gatim prati. Bhoga aishwarya. They want bhoga and aishwarya, these 2 things. Which is actually not possible. This is all cheating, that's all. It's all deception. Bhoga and aishwarya are nothing but the traps, we call happiness traps. Aishwarya trap, bhoga trap. Sense gratification is in this world. The pleasures offered in this world is nothing but the trap, that's all. Just like you want to capture the mouse, then you have to give mouse trap. You have to put mouse trap. But if you want just put mouse trap, you cannot capture mouse. If you want to capture mouse, then you have to do some research on the mouse. And what is the most favorite item of the mouse? Cheese. If you put cheese, which is most favorite item, what he likes, the mouse likes cheese. And if you put that, then mouse will be trapped. So that's just a trap. Cheese is just a trap. Your attractions are your weakness. What you like becomes your weakness, and that becomes cause of our destruction. So attractions leads to what attracts you, that distracts you. Sometimes people say, kindly tell me how I can manage my distractions. No, don't try to manage distraction. Try to manage your attractions. Because something which can't attract you, that can't distract you. What attracts you, that only can distract you. So let's not focus on distraction. Let us focus on our attractions. Try to be very careful with the attractions in this world. They become our weakness. Yehi sansprasyan bhogan dukha yona evati. Therefore, the Buddha, not te suram te Buddha, the Buddhiman, if they, the one who are intelligent, they will not get trapped. Dukha yona evati. Trap, source of suffering, trap, suffering trap. Intelligent people, they will not get trapped. Mm. So only foolish people, they are trapped by worldly pleasures. No, only foolish people, not intelligent. Intelligent people, they understand. So what do they do? Intelligent people, what do they do? Krishna explains in Bhagavad Gita chapter 5, text number 21. Bahya sparsesu asakta atma bindati atmani yat sukham sa brahma yoga yuktatma sukham akshayam ashnute. Akshaya sukham. They are after sukha, which is which is which is not going to end. It's unlimited. Akshaya means unlimited. No, which never ends. So much happiness. And where is that happiness? Reach to the Brahma Yoga. Sub Brahma Yoga Yukta. Brahma Yoga. Brahma Avastha. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma na sochati akanksati samesu sarveshu bhutesu mad bhakti labte pram. That Brahma Avastha. Brahma means self-realization. That I am not this body, I am the soul. And how we can realize that? Bahya sparsesu asaktatma. First, we should detach ourselves from the external attractions of the material senses to their objects. That we have to seize that attraction. We have to stop that attraction. Asakta Atman. Let's not get attached to the external things of this world. And then what happens? Bindati Atmani Yat Sukham. Within ourselves, we should enjoy transcendental pleasure by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And Sadhu Sangha, Bhagavat Shravan, Sri Vigraha Seva, Nam Kirtan, Dham Vas. By these all bhakti activities, there is so much pleasure we can derive. So when we get that pleasure, then that is spiritual pleasure, Brahma Sukha. And the intelligent person understands that there is no happiness in this world. Bhaktivinoda Thakur says, Ataiva maya moha chadi buddhiman nitya tattva krishna bhakti korona sandhana दुर्लभ मानव जन्म लभिया संसारे कृष्ण न भजिनु दुख कहिबो कहाँ रे अतएव माया मोह छाड़ी बुद्धिमान वो इंटेलिजेंट डिवोटीज please give up the attraction, worldly attraction, maya and moha. You don't have to give up worldly things, worldly things or worldly family life or worldly job. No, we don't have to give up that. He says worldly attractions. You have to give the attractions which is there in them. Attractions, not the world. You don't have to give up the world. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita third chapter, and Arjuna is asking question. Sannyasam karmana krishnam punaryogam cha sansasi yat shriyam yatayorekam tanme brohi sunishtam. O Krishna, first you told me to renounce the action, karmana, sannyasam karmana krishnam, karmanam, karma, renouncing the activities. And then you said punaryogam means act in devotion. So what should I do? Should I act in devotion or should I renounce all the activity? And Krishna says, Sannyasa karma yogascha niyasreyaskara ubau tayastu karma sannyasat karma yoga visishyate. Karma sannyas, karma yoga is better than karma sannyas. Tayastu karma sannyasat karma yoga visishyate. Better than karma sannyas is karma yoga. We don't have to renounce the karma. We have to engage the karma in service of Krishna. Sometimes people, when they hear the lecture on renunciation, sometimes know they they immaturely apply the principle of renunciation, and then immaturely they try to renounce. They think that just by giving everything, if I leave my family, my wife, my children, my job, my house, and I join temple full time, just you know, that I have taken sannyas. No, Krishna doesn't say that. Eh? Wherever we are, we can become sannyas there. Wherever. Why? We engage everything, whatever we earn. Manas deha geha jo kichu mora arpilu tu apade nand kishora. O Krishna, O Nanda Kishore, whatever I have, manasa, deha, giha, my mind, family, home, house, children, everything. O Krishna, I offer in your service. Tuapade, I offer everything. I engage everything in your service. If I get some wealth, why should I reject wealth? No. Why should I renounce wealth? No. I must get all wealth. And then, but I should not use that wealth for sense gratification. No. I should use that wealth to serve Krishna. So serve Krishna's purposes, Krishna's mission, Krishna's purposes. What is the purpose of Krishna? Manmana bhava madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaisasi satyam te pratijani priyosime. Using everything for pleasure of Krishna, for his mission, you know, spreading Krishna consciousness, using everything to advance in Krishna consciousness and help others also advance in Krishna consciousness. For these two purposes, we should use everything. Everything. We can use wealth in service of Krishna. We can use health in the service of Krishna. We can use everything in service of Krishna. So that rather than giving up everything, renouncing everything, we accept everything and then engage it in the service of Krishna. So this is real understanding. But then at the same time, we have to understand why we should not do sense gratification, because there is no sense gratification. There is no pleasure in this material life. Krishna says, Mamupetya punarjanma asaswatam dukkhalayam napnuvanti mahatmanam sansiddhim paramam gata. This world is dukkhalayam. How there can be sukha in dukkhalayam? Not possible. So why are we searching for sukha? Why are you working hard to get sukha? There is no sukha. The symptom of a person who has understood that there is no happiness in this world is that. What is the symptom of a person who understands that there is no happiness in the world? The symptom of such a person is that he will not work very hard to gain, to attain happiness, to for sense gratification. Mm. He will just acquire what he needs, you know, and then with minimum simple living and high thinking. His lifestyle is very simple, you know, and at the same time he engages for Krishna. He organizes these big temples, big facilities for Krishna's sense gratification. But for himself, He will not, because he knows that in this world I cannot enjoy. So this is the symptom. So therefore he saves his time, his energy to focus in the service of Krishna. That is a symptom. When we realize this, when a sadhaka, a practitioner, when he realizes, he understands that yes, there is no pleasure. Ha ha bhavi nahi jani अनित्य साबा जीवन बिगते कोथा रहिबो वैभव किसेर संसार এই ছায়াবাজি প্রায় ইহাতে মমতা করি বৃথা দিন যায় दुर्लभ मानव जन्म लभिया संसारे कृष्ण ना भजिनु दुख कहिबो कहाँ रे Hmm? किसेर संसार है छायाबाजी प्राय this whole world is just a shadow, it's like mirage. There is no real reality, reality. It's all illusory creation of illusory energy of the Lord just to deceive the foolish conditioned soul. That's all. So whether we realize this in one lifetime, in one day, or many lifetimes, or many, many lifetimes, ultimately the truth is this, what Krishna says. Some people realize it in fraction of second, some people take 1 year, some people take one lifetime, many people take many, many lifetime. And that's what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 7, verse number 19. Krishna says, Bahunam janmanamante jnanavan mam prapadyate Vasudevam Sarvam iti sa Mahatma Sudurlabham. He says that it takes many, many lifetimes. Bahunam Janmanamante. After many, many lifetimes, the one who is mature in knowledge, Gyanvan, mature in knowledge, surrenders to me. Why? Why it takes so many lifetimes? Why not 1 second? Why not 1 minute? Why not one lifetime? They say, no, it doesn't take many bahunam janmana. Many lifetime people take to send to me. Why? Because of Maya. Krishna says, because of Maya. Devi desa gunamayi maya duratya. Mami vai prapadyante maya mitam tarantite. My Maya is very difficult to overcome, but if they surrender to me, take shelter of me, very easily they will overcome Maya. Very easily, Krishna says. But then Krishna says, four types of people will never surrender to me. Namam duskritino mudha prapadyante naradhama maya jnanam asuri bhava masrita. These four types of people will never surrender to me. And then four types of people, they come to me. Hmm? Krishna says, Jaturvida bhajante mam jana sukritino arjuna arto artharthi jigyasu jnani shreyam uttamam. So these four types of people, artha, dukhi, artharthi, who wants wealth, jigyasu, inquisitive, and jnani, the one who is in knowledge. These four types of people, they do my bhakti. The four types of people, they do my bhakti. Hmm? But to come to that stage, the jnani, to surrender to Krishna, it takes many lifetimes. Why? Because to understand this world, there is no happiness. Kisera sansar, there is no happiness in this world. But the world, the various attractions of this world appear so real that even the most intelligent people are are bewildered. Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. hmm, Krishna explains that yato yapi kante purushasya vipasita indriyani pramathiri haranti prasavam mana. eh, Even the people of great intelligence, great knowledge, vipasita, people of great knowledge who are trying, endeavoring to control their senses, even they are deceived by the senses, by mind and senses. They are getting bewildered. they get attracted to the worldly things. It's not easy. That's why it takes many lifetimes. But we have to come to the conclusion at certain point of time that no, Janma Mrityu Jara Vyadhi Dukha Dosanudarsanam. This world is full of suffering. There is no happiness. It's just time pass. Happiness is offered so that we can pass time. Krishna performs pastime and we pass our time. That's all. So coming to that conclusion, you know, and that's what Vritasura has come to that conclusion. That's why he says, no, Krishna, I don't want anything. Prabhu tava pada juge mora nivedana nahi magi deha sukha vidya dhana jana स्वर्ग नाही मागियार मोक्ष नाही मागे না করি প্রার্থনা কোনো বিভূতির লাগি নিজ কর্ম গুণ দোষে যে যে জন্ম পাই বিষয়ে যে প্রীতি এবে আছে আমার সেই মত প্রীতি হৌকা চরণে তোমার Bhaktivinoda Thakur is saying, writing this song, wonderful song, that my Lord, I don't want anything. I don't want vidya, deha, and vidya, dhana, jan, deha, sukh. I don't want all these things. I don't want mystic power. I don't want uh, swarga. I don't want heavenly pleasure. They swarga nahi magya. I don't want the moksha also liberation. I don't want any mystic powers which yogis aspire. So what do you want? What do you want? Then he says, I want that the amount of attraction which I have today for the sense gratification, my Lord, same amount of attraction, let it become manifest in my heart for your lotus feet. That's all. I want that. I want Preeti at your lotus feet. Say mata Preeti hauka charane tumar at your lotus feet, my Lord. I don't want. See, uh, coming to this conclusion takes many, many lifetimes because, you know, we try again and again and again and again and again and again, hope after hope. Instead, um, that never lose hope, So people, they, sometimes they get frustrated and they have sufficient realization that there is no happiness. Many times people try for happiness, they get, you know, they get suffering, they get challenges, difficulties. This whole world is full of suffering. Hmm? Very easily we can prove this. It's not very difficult to understand. But still, it's a hope against hope. And just they go after that again and again, try same thing. First, uh, chewing the chewed. They have chewed something and then again try to chew the same chewed. So this Vritasur has understood, and how he understood. The same his life story will begin next to next chapter, and it will be explained. First, Vritasur was the king in the first lifetime when he was Maharaj Chitraketu. And then Maharaj Chitraketu, he was the king of the entire world. And just imagine, he had 1 crore wives, How many? 1 crore wives, 10 million wives. I think some countries don't have 10 million population, so many. I was in Switzerland last week and the Switzerland population is 9 million, that's all. And Chitraketu had the number of wives more than population of Switzerland, 10 million wives. And he has such a vast kingdom and he had all the pleasure, but one thing was missing, he didn't have son. So he had all enjoyment. Then son, by blessing of Angra Rishi, he got the son, And he asked, Angra said, you ask for liberation, go back to Godhead. But he said, no, I want a son, worldly thing. He asked worldly thing. He wanted a son. And then he got a son by blessing of Angry Rishi. And then that son died after 12 years of age. And then he cried. So much suffering. He got something and then he lost it. So then when he lost it, he was he was in uh, deep sadness, grief. You know, he was so having so deep sorrow in his heart. He was crying, crying like anything. And then at that time Narada came, and Narada Muni gave him instruction, and then he became detached, and then he performed, chanted, mantras, given by Narada Muni, accepted Narada as his spiritual master. And then next life he became Gandharva, and there again he was cursed by Parvati, and then he became third life demon, Britasur. So three lifetimes of realization, so many kicks, so many challenges, and so many lifetimes. He has realization, experiences, and then he realized, no, no, no. What Narada said is true, that there is no happiness in this world. Let's serve Krishna, develop love for Krishna, serve Krishna, develop devotion to Krishna, and real happiness is there in the spiritual world. This world is just shadow of the spiritual world. No? निर्माण मोहा जित संग दोषा अध्यात्म नित्या विनिवृत्त काम संग विमुक्त द्वंद्वैर्विमुक्त सुख दुख संगै गै गच्छन्त्य मूढ़ा पदमव्ययम् तत् न तद्भासयतो सूर्यो न शशांक न पावकः यद्गत्वा न निवर्तन्ते तद्धाम परमं मम. Then Narada has told him that in instruction all knowledge, but he was just experiencing in life. And finally he came to conclusion in the body of Brittasur he was awarded, and then last life, and in cut off. I don't want anything. Krishna is proposing. You can take some more lifetimes, you maybe get heavenly king, you can become king, I can make you king of heaven, I can make you, That's why next verse he says, very interesting. That, oh my Lord, oh Supreme Personality Godhead, will I again be able to be a servant of your eternal servants who find shelter only at your lotus feet? O Lord of my life, may I again become their servant so that my mind may always think of your transcendental attributes, my words always glorify those attributes, and my body always engage in the loving service of the Lord. Then he says, O my Lord, source of all opportunities, I do not desire to enjoy in Dhrulok. He doesn't want Dhruloka. I don't want to desire the pleasure of Dhruloka, the heavenly planets, the planet where Lord Brahma resides, Satyaloka. Nor do I want to be supreme ruler of all the earthly planets or the lower planet system. I do not desire to be master of the powers of mystic yoga. Nor do I don't want to become mystical yogi. Nor do I want liberation if I have to give up your lotus feet. Hmm? So I just want you. Nadanam na janam na sundarim kavitamba jagdish kame janmani janmanishware bhavat bhakti. Just like when a child, when his mouth is burnt by drinking milk, you know, mm, then even buttermilk he drinks very carefully. So much experience, and now Britasuri is very clear. No, 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 no more this life, my Lord. I'm very clear now. I have to come back to Godhead. So therefore, he is praying that I don't want worldly things. Sometimes if we become devotee in Krishna consciousness, we are running after name, fame, post, position, all these things in this world. Even devotees sometimes they run after all these things. They fight with each other, quarrel for temporary things in this world. But by studying these prayers of Britasur, we can very clearly understand that an intelligent devotee will not run after all these worldly things. Of course, for the sake of living in this world, we must need all these things. We need cloth, we need some food, we need some, basic necessities of life. That is always there. Shelter, we need house, we need some maybe cars. That's okay. That's there. But we should not see them as source of happiness. No, just we have to run this life. So we are running and using that to spread Krishna consciousness. And then finally, he feels intense separation from Krishna. That is the ultimate conclusion of a devotee, Krishna consciousness. Devotee feeling. If he start feeling the intense separation from Krishna, and then he says, O lotus-eyed Lord, as baby birds that have not yet developed their wings, always look for their mother to return and feed them. As the small calves tied with ropes await anxiously the time of milking, when they will be allowed to drink the milk of their mothers. Or as a morose wife whose husband is away from home always longs for him to return and satisfy her in all aspects. I I always yearn for the opportunity to render direct service unto you. So Prabhupada writes in purport that a pure devotee always yearns to associate personally with the Lord and render service unto him. The examples given in this regard are most appropriate. A small baby bird is practically never satisfied. So this is called dependence on Krishna, just like a baby bird who has not developed wings. You know, she is completely dependent on the mother, and mother will bring food and put in the mouth of the baby bird. Then only she can, she cannot fly and search the mother. She is completely dependent on the mother. Similarly, a devotee should feel dependent on the Lord. My Lord, when will you shower your mercy? And you know, when will you put your glance on me and then will deliver me and take me to your lotus feet? Take me back to Godhead, my Lord. So the first example he gives the baby bird, which is helplessness of a baby bird, and completely dependent on the mother. Second example he gives the calf. That calf is hungry. The calf has not drunk the milk from mother cow, and therefore he is so much eager to go, and drink the milk of the mother. So similarly, I am very hungry. That hunger, that thirst, that lollium is very, very important. That intensity of desire, aspiration to attain Krishna is the real price that requires to attain Krishna. Krishna bhavana bhavit mati kritam yadi kutupi labhyate tatra lolyam api mulyam mekalam janma koti sukritai na labhyate. That lollium, intense desire, intense aspiration to attain Krishna. And then final example he gives is a woman who is separated from her husband. She feels so much separation from husband that when husband will come, she will serve the husband, and and in turn, husband also will care for her. So in that way, these three moods he gives means that this emotional bonding, emotional connection of separation, feeling of separation. He is aspiring, he is vyakul, desperate, that desperation to meet Krishna, to serve Krishna, to love Krishna. That is very, very important. And that's what he has developed with us. And he says that let me get out of this material body and come to you, my Lord. That is my only aspiration. And then he feels that he is not qualified to have so much closeness with the Lord. Then finally, last verse he explains that I don't have that much, I don't deserve so much love from Krishna. I'm not that much advanced. So then last verse he says, oh my Lord, my Master, I am wandering throughout this material world as a result of my protective activities. Therefore, I simply seek friendship in the association of your pious and enlightened devotees. I'm not qualified to come back to Godhead, go back to Godhead. He feeling like that at the end. So therefore, he just, my Lord, although I desire to uh, go back to Godhead. But when I see Yogita Bichare Kichu Nai Pai, when I see I am not qualified, I am so much attached to this material worldly thing. So therefore, how can I, force you to take me back to Godhead? So just I only pray that I develop the I become servant of your servants, your devotee. I get association of your devotees and always live in the association devotees so that I can meditate on your lotus feet. I can always sing and chant your glories and derive satisfaction and aspire to go back to Godhead one day. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much. Any question? Kindly you can ask.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you much for a wonderful detailed class. It's beautifully explaining verses, prayers. Amazing. Thank you so much for your valuable time, valuable instructions. Hope that we all take to the heart instructions from Ratrasura, from Sri Prabhupada's purports, Acharya's instructions. So anybody has question, quick question, one or two, please ask. Yes, Prabhu is busy, but still you give time. Go ahead, Jagadish Prabhu, Prem Kishore Prabhu, or Mataji has a question I posted 1 minute. Let me read. Prabhu Sundar Gopal Prabhu, see that question. The discussion highlights that Vatrasura had a body of a demon. So that question, if you can address that. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. The discussion highlights the Vritrasura had the body of a demon, the heart of a devotee. He appeared divine, but acted with demoniac motives. In our spiritual assessments of others and ourselves, how do we guard against being deceived by or overly attached to external appearances, rituals, or positions, and instead focus on the internal state of the heart? Yeah. So therefore, the whole instruction is all about that. We should see that in Krishna consciousness, what we are here for, what are we aspiring in Krishna consciousness? Are we aspiring some worldly things? Blame, fame, so many things are there, even distractions are there in Krishna consciousness. Even devotees, they start running after worldly things after joining, even being in Krishna consciousness. That's why Lord Chaitanya says, na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim, to become. Sometimes people start running after followers. And they start snatching each other's followers. Politics, they start doing politics. So we should not judge others, but we should just ourselves. The whole idea, all these, because we have no authority to judge others. Of course, if you are authority, then you can do that. If you are temple president or GPC or some managerial authority or guru, spiritual master, then you can do that, judge others, at least those who are under your leadership. But otherwise, we should not. We should be very careful. All these instructions are for ourselves. We should scan our own heart, our own process thinking, how this scanning that and find out some, just like they would scan viruses, they run virus scan. So we should also run virus scan to our heart and see after Bhagavatam, this with us a pastime, we run the scan and find out some traces of Indra mentality is there in me. And if I find, honestly judge, genuinely we should try to scan. And if you find something, and then immediately delete it, remove it out, like that. So these all pastimes are. Sometimes mistake happens, devotee hear this pastime, they start judging. Okay, yeah, Prabhu, this is exactly like he is Indra, mentality. And I am like Vritasur, and this fellow is, I am Indra. No, we should uh, see ourselves as Indra. That Indra mentality is it not that I also have certain traces of Indra's mindset, mentality. Let me find out if is there anywhere at the corner of my consciousness, put, pick it up and throw it out. You know, I don't want worldly things, my Lord. I just want what message I understand in this prasanga. So how external, yeah, only way how we can safeguard ourselves to be deceived by external appearances, rituals, positions. Only way is to associate with a pure devotee and hear from. And of course, Bhagavatam itself, written by Srila Prabhupada, pure devotee. So what can be better than reading Bhagavatam? When we read Bhagavatam, and then, and of course, if you read in the association of advanced devotee, then we get very deep insights and we scan our heart, and then we can. Srimataamso Katha Krishna Punya Sravana Kirtan Hidantaste Abhadrani Vidunoti Swisatam. Abhadra in the heart, in our heart, so many Abhadras there, they will get, cleansed away. So that's Bhagavatam reading, especially in the association devotee, and then we scan our heart. This process is very, very purifying. And then we find out some errors somewhere, immediately we correct it and go ahead. So that's the only way, what I could understand. Prem Kishore Prabhu. Eh? And then he says it takes many, many lifetimes for the soul to mature into full surrender. What then is the value of a single human life on this path? If the ultimate surrender seems distant, what is the immediate tangible focus for a sincere seeker in this lifetime? Ensure they are moving in the right direction. It takes many, many lifetimes. And maybe you have already undergone many lifetimes. Now this may be your last life. That can also be the opportunity, possibility. One possibility that you may take many lifetimes. Another possibility that you may have taken million lifetimes, and you can make this life as the last life. Like one devotee, he wanted to join, brahmachari ashram, and then his family members, they came and told, "Oh, my dear son, don't join. How we can live without you?" And then he said, no, he convinced them that this is the best thing one can do, is to dedicate himself completely in the service of the Lord. And they also got convinced. Then the sisters told one thing: see, I have no objection. You want to become dedicated completely, I have no objection. I have only one request. And he said, what is that? And then she said that just one request is that you become monk, no problem, but in next life. Just one lifetime you can wait. And this brahmachari was also very intelligent. He said, last life also he said the same thing. So, she said, oh, I don't remember. When did I say last life? And then he said, next life also you'll say the same thing. You don't remember. Nobody remembers last life. So why to wait for the next life? Just finish the business in this lifetime. So yes, it takes one lifetime also. If you just sincerely take practice of Krishna consciousness, then in very this lifetime, we can attain Krishna consciousness, or maybe we can come very close to attaining Krishna. Even if we don't attain, still there is no loss. Let's try our best to go closer to Krishna as much as possible. Even may not be attain 100%, but even little advancement we make, next life will start from there. Krishna says, that even if you don't attain perfection in this very lifetime, still there is no need to worry. At least you have tried, you have come much closer to perfection. And then in next lifetime, whatever business is left will be finished. You'll finish and you'll go back to Godhead. Is that clear? So we should not become discouraged. Oh, it takes many, many lifetimes. So what is the hope for me? No, there is a lot of hope. No, a lot of
Got
hope.
got it, bro.
This is
Thank you.
our lifetime, last life. Thank you. Hare Krishna. Okay, so thank you so much.
Jagadish Prabhu, you had a question mark earlier.
Yeah, Prabhu. Praise the Prabhu, accept my humble obeisances.
Yes, Prabhu.
Always to you, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Prabhu, I have one the question, like our comments also very nice class. You narrated very short with the details also. So the question, like you mentioned that Bhartasura and Indra, right? Both are the
Yeah,
devotee, and the Krishna put in difficult, like did he give the boon to Indra or the process how to kill Bhartasura, right? Being a
yeah,
devotee. And same time when we see that Gajendra and the crocodile, and Krishna
yeah.
personally came to kill him. So
Mm-hmm.
how to relate that he is telling the solution to kill the devotee, and there he is coming to protect the devotee.
Yeah. Yes, yes. Whatever. Sometimes Krishna delivers people by killing, sometimes by protecting. Whatever he does for their benefit, and whatever best is what is good for the person at in that situation, Krishna does that. Time. So Gajendra was in age, his bhakti is not very high class, but even Gajendra also. That when he was in trouble, then he remembered Krishna. You know, and that is not very great thing. In trouble, everybody remembers God. He was, oh my God. But that's not very high level of devotion. Even when we are very happy, we remember Krishna. You know, always remember Krishna. Smartabhyam satatam Vishnu. Always remember that there is no happiness in this world. Even in happiness, if someone remembers that there is no happiness, this is all just deception. That is real Krishna consciousness. You know? So somebody is in trouble, then he remembers only the parents when he is in trouble, not very high level. But in Vritasur case, it was different. Vritasur was a very, very advanced devotee, much higher on the platform than Gajendra. He, in difficulty, he was loving Krishna. Here Krishna is protecting, here Krishna is, ordering to get killed, but still he, Vritasur has so much love for Krishna that my Lord has done good thing by, know, by letting me get killed by Indra. And then he is going to deliver me. So the killing is only for the body, and I'm not this body. Vritasur has realized on that platform, he is reached on that platform, and therefore he is very happy. Can't is that okay, Prabhu?
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhu. So Krishna see the advanced level, which
Mm.
level we are, we can digest, right?
Yeah,
So what Vasura digest
yeah,
like
yeah. Lower
while the
level of
body.
devotion.
Yeah.
Yes, yes. Lower level of devotion, he will protect. When you reach to a higher level, he says, "Yasyamane grinam harisya tadanam sadhan." If I give my special mercy, I'll take away everything. I'll put my devotee in trouble, and I'll exhaust all their karma, finish all the business in this world and take him back to Godhead. That is the ultimate mercy.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Very good.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much, Prabhu. If you are planning to come here to US,
Hare Krishna.
please come. Please visit our temple, ISKCON of
Yeah,
Central
yeah.
Books.
All kindly pray. I can come there sometime.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful class. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Dandavat
Hare Krishna.
Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Please join for Sunday Feast program today evening. Quick announcements. 5:30 to 9 p.m. We are in December marathon. Please, we have lots of books. So please take those books. Prabhupada wanted books to be distributed. So take as many books, small books, big books. Nothing is small, nothing is big. So children can do, anybody can do. But you should carry the books, mantra cards, temple cards, invite them to temple. If you have prasadam, if you need prasadam, ask Jayaprakash Prabhu, our temple can provide. Distribute, go on distributing this whole month, wherever you are, vacation or whatever. Please do, try. This is the whole process. If you don't try, then so things will go on, life will go on. So, and tomorrow is very important day, so it's even more important to distribute. If you want double blessing, 100 times blessing, then we have to please Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Goswami Prabhupada's disappearance day. Very important day. Let us all submit to him so that we become fixed in bhakti. Please our founder Acharya Sri Prabhupada. Also, yeah, offer Pushpanjali tomorrow. So try to attend Mangalarati if you can. So if not, later is okay. So that is the fasting till noon tomorrow because of disappearance day of our Lion Guru. His whole life is a big teaching. So 1 minute we can describe what the Lion Guru did. Prabhupada demonstrated what his Guru's mission is, mood is, consciousness is. So practical So if you follow Sri Prabhupada and our spiritual masters, our Guru Varga is trying to follow in the footsteps. So if you try to follow them and please them, then we can bring more and more souls. Whole New Jersey can become Krishna conscious. If we work together and please our Guru Varga and Sri Prabhupada, so that will be wonderful result and gift to our movement. Govindas is on. If you like to order, govindasnj.com. Or if you need to do nursing yajna or anything, please contact us, Madhubhadra Prabhu, Simasa Prabhu, or any one of us, so that we can assist in our service to Sri Prabhupada. If you have no questions, we'll end here. Thank you very much for your kind attention. Hare Krishna, Sri Prabhupada ki Jai.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Hari Bol.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.